We unaffiliated with them. Understand me? Like, niggas be out here on some weirdo shit. And to be honest, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Hey, hey, hey. That's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. Oh.
What it do? What it do? What it do? You know. Ha, ha. Cult leader. Yeah. We speak the truth, but we a cult leader. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a cult leader.
It's Kool-Aid, a nigga that sipped the say, got the coke going up on a Tuesday, roast the false prophet like a gourmet souffle. Cause me no say spirit gun like Yusuke, nigga, my run up in that black face like Gucci, boycott a cracker, kill your favorite rapper, cause I run with G's like a Green Bay Packer. I chop a Christian like a new machete. Where you polygamous, they look at you like R. Kelly. Still these women wanna do me like I'm Akinelli. West Coast sisters love me like a Machiavelli. Make these crackers lick the dust off my boots. We want no cowards in our camp and we ain't taking recruits. My crew the livest, y'all suckers is the jobbers. Niggas run their lips but they damn sure wouldn't try us. Nah, I ain't the same cat who used to break laws. They just rather see me as the same cough. Some rather remain lost. My brain washed with these stained thoughts. I be repping for my niggas riding for the same cause. Cult leader. Yeah. Leader.
Cult leader. But we a cult leader. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a cult leader. Yeah.
Your entire home, just $54 a month. Your bedroom, living room, everything, all together for just $54 a month. Come celebrate 54 years of helping families feel this.
Yo. I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they ain't wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
America KKK, land of the good smokers, home of the slaves. And I'm just trying to be great. Tell me, how can I live with this drama every day? I'm a light, I'm a beam in this darkness. It seems that real life is a nightmare. Can I live my dreams on this earth? Since I was young, I realized I had a destiny bigger than the fake shit that's disguised what was best for me. Better than the hate and all the lies that be the death of me. As of late, since we've been hypnotized since elementary, thought it was my skin, but studied something that was new to me. They hate me because of what my ancient ancestors used to be. Healers, teachers, deities, not all of them were kings and queens. Our nature was natural, not supernatural. Now they call it magic and voodoo. That shit ain't practical. All the roots connected, always more to learn of that, you know. Don't let the shit go over your head. Same snakes up in the garden, but the skin just shed. They'll always try to convince you that it's all in your head. Just know you gotta do better before you hit your bed. Stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down. They don't wanna see us win. Trying to kill us all, Lord. Tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live, Lord, tell me, can I live? I know that hate is deeper than the color of our skin. Can I live? Can a nigga live, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? I know that hate is deeper than the color of our skin.
Yo.
Can I live?
They say my rhymes cause too much excitement. Ride incitement, shit, well, there's no indictments when my kinfolk get murdered by white men. Dark skin, light skin, divided and blinded. So we beef with each other, our brothers, rather than fight them. Fuck all that silence, it's time to get shit ignited. I ain't my way low, nigga. I ain't taking shit from no Tarzan. Ain't no motherfucking nation got freedom from marching, begging for portions. Niggas ain't signing no parchments, big payback. You crackers got red in your margins. Why? They broke every treaty, slaughtered the buffalo, and then they set fire to teepees. They carved their face in mountains, but we go to jail for graffiti. We fought for this country, they gave us syphilis at Tuskegee. We been getting robbed, yeah, we're the ones who stay behind bars. They take all our money, but they ain't wanna give us no jobs. Wasn't supposed to make it, but we stayed defying the odds. It's like we really only living off the grace of our God. Can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed in my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? Yo, can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed on my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? It's deeper than the color of your skin. Color of your skin. Can I live?
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. Thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my houses. Yes, you said so.
I'm on. All right, everybody clap it up. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham to all the brothers. Shalom, Al-Tab, Ba'ashim Yahweh to all the sisters. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge taught at 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And of course, today we're going to be talking about clean and unclean foods, part 1. It's a lot to uncover. But when you're talking about the unclean foods and then getting into it, breaking it down, really going to be talking about unclean things that are unclean and things that are not clean, because the house of the Lord is very clean. It has to be clean. To be able to serve the Lord, you have to be clean. You can't be unclean. You can't be eating unclean food, and you definitely can't be living your life unclean, even though here in America, a lot of us have been living our lives very uncleanly. We've been living in having unclean spirits. We're going to begin into unclean things, but first we're going to do the first part, which is the unclean foods and things that you can eat and can't eat. Give me Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7. Let's start at the beginning, the very beginning.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
It says the Lord God formed man out of the dust of the ground. What does that mean? I mean, he took the man and he took him out of the dirt, out of the little dirt, and made him. We did, but but this in this scripture is saying that he took him from a low state to be in the dirt or in the dust. You're in a low state right now. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are in a very low state.
That's right.
We're in the dust, and guess what's in the dust? In the dust is uncleanliness. Right. To live in the dust is unclean. It's dirty. But the Lord took us he took Adam out of the dust. That's what he took out of the dust. Starting with Adam, he took him out of the dust and he put him in a clean place or in a clean state. Right. Keep on going.
And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
He breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Well, what is that? What is that? Go ahead.
The law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah, the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what he breathed into him. He gave him guidelines and things that he should eat and things he shouldn't eat. Things that were unclean and things that were clean. He showed him a clean way to live. Because back then, they didn't have a clean way to live. But he took Adam and he gave him a clean way to live. He made him separate from everybody else and said, this is how you should live. And this is what you should do. And this is what you shouldn't do. That's what he did. He took him and he showed him things that he should touch and things that he shouldn't touch. He showed him what he should eat and what he shouldn't eat. Things that who he should sleep with and who he shouldn't sleep with. How to farm the land and how you shouldn't farm the land. He showed Adam these things and he took him out of this low state and put him in a state that was clean, the proper way to live, made him civilized because they were not civilized. Everybody else around Adam was not civilized. All these other nations around him was not civilized, but the Lord made him to be civilized. He put the breath of life into him, which was the law, statutes, and commandments. And that's what makes us civilized here. It makes us civilized. It's our guidelines. It's our morals. And keep on going.
It's like, what verse was that?
Verse 7.
And man became a living soul.
Man became a living soul. This is how this is the soul or the spirit of the Lord that is upon this brother, because the spirit of the Lord is clean. It's a clean thing to have the spirit of the Lord on you. They're probably coming to do something but the spirit of the Lord is clean. It's clean to have the spirit of the Lord on you. When all these other spirits, they're unclean. You finna go ask them?
No.
Oh, okay, come on. All these other spirits, they're unclean. You got the spirit of Christmas, the spirit of Christianity. It's unclean to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but the spirit of the Lord, when you take on the spirit of the Lord, that is clean. Nonetheless, let's keep on going. This is Adam. The Lord took Adam and he put him into a better state of mind. He put him into a clean place, a clean state. Took him out of the dust, took him out of the mud, out of something that was unclean and made him clean. He washed him off, made him clean. Right. Now, did the same thing to Abraham. Go to Genesis chapter 12 and verse 1.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee.
Hold on. You had a question you said?
So you're saying that the dust of the ground is not literal?
It's not.
So what would...
Because right here, everybody will think that the Lord is making Adam. This is why everybody gets confused and is believing that Adam was the first man on earth. Adam and Eve were the first people on earth when it's not. Because if you go back into, let me find it. Hold on. Let me find it. Hold on. This is. Go to. Well, we was in Genesis 2 and 7, right? Well, go back before that. Go to Genesis 1 and 27.
This is the book of Genesis 1, verse 27. So God created man in his own image.
See, so God created man of his own image. If Adam and Eve were the first people on earth, then why is it saying this right here? This is before Adam and Eve were made. Right. It said that so God created man in his own image. I thought Adam was the first person on earth. Keep on going.
In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them.
He created male and female on the earth. He created. This was before Adam, because there were people before Adam.
Right.
There was other people on the earth before Adam. So when it's talking about the dust, or he's coming out of the ground, or the dirt, that's him coming out of a low state. Because Adam, or the people that he made, were in a low state. They didn't know how to live on earth. They didn't know about farming. They didn't know about all these things that we know about today. They didn't know what to eat and what not to eat. They didn't know those things. They were just out there eating. But when Adam arose from the dust, the Lord, when he rose him out of the dust, that's what he gave him. He gave him the knowledge on what to eat, the knowledge on what not to eat. And everybody was seeing Adam like, how you know these things? How you know that's safe to eat? Like, go ahead.
It's like you. People were out there just surviving.
Yeah.
He gave instructions to Adam on how to live.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, people were just out there surviving, and he gave Adam the instructions on how to live a good life, how to live a life that is perfect, it's clean. Right. Because think about all the systems that the Lord has set up. You see the trees, right? Or the ecosystem that is on the earth. It's a perfect system. The ocean is a perfect system. Well, the Lord gave man a perfect system on how to live. Right. That's what he gave Adam, a perfect system on how to live life. Because before that, they were just living. They were surviving, like you said. They were just surviving. But he gave Adam a perfect system on how to live a clean life, how to be clean. Because, as you know, we are clean people. He gave him the instructions and the guidelines. That's what he gave him. We told him, hey, you shouldn't eat this. You shouldn't eat that. You shouldn't eat pork. You shouldn't eat those things. But go ahead.
Salakia, sir. So you know how Christ said that he was Adam?
Well, he is Adam, yeah. But did he say it? Yeah, he did. Go ahead.
Okay, so you're saying that he wasn't the first person here?
He was the first person that was risen out of the dust, out of a low state. The one to receive that's what we're saying. He was the first person to receive the breath of life. Yes, to become a living soul. He was the first person to be risen out of the dust.
Another question.
To receive the instruction of the Lord. Because before that, the Lord wasn't talking to anybody else. He just made man and woman, and they were just all living and surviving on the earth and just multiplying on the earth. Go ahead.
And then he created the Garden of Eden, which is like a legit garden.
No, it's not a legit garden. You got to view us as, so the Lord, he sees us as trees, like a family tree. You know a family tree, right?
I know, but in verse 9, it says, and out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. But we're not food.
No, we're not food. Look at it like this. Every other nation, they started doing their own thing. They started growing their tree, or their nation. Started growing their nation of people. Well, the Lord looks at you as like a tree. So you have us. We're the palm tree, right? We'll just say we're the... Nah. What tree can we be? What's a good tree we could be? We're the weeping willow tree. You ever seen the weeping willow tree? Yeah, well, we're the weeping willow tree. A beautiful, good-looking tree. Yeah, well, we're that tree. And all these other nations are all different trees. They're all different trees. And the Lord is looking at you like a tree. But what happened was we ended up being, or going and taking the knowledge of other nations, which was like taking on their Christmas or the other things, and you disguised yourself as another tree. So you would start to look like another tree. You would start to look like, let's say you have another nation that was a palm tree. You would start to look like a palm tree as you took on their customs.
But why would it say good for food?
Because, good for food? Hold on, let me read.
It said in verse 9, and out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food.
Mm.
And after that, it says, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
Mm. That one, I would have to get a breakdown on. I'll get back to you on that one. I'll get back to you on that one.
It's just how it's written. A person would think it's talking about a literal tree.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people would take this and think it's a literal tree. That's why they took it as a literal snake talking. There's a lot of things in here that are parables that people don't actually understand. Like the white man, if he takes our book and he reads it, he's going to be confused just like he is now, because he thinks that this is talking about actual trees. He thinks it's talking about an actual snake, but it's really not. The whole beginning of the Bible I'd say it's a pretty big breakdown. It's a deep mystery. That's meat. It's not something that's so simple to understand. The people mess up the beginning all the time. They take this wrong because they think it's an actual snake, or that Adam and Eve were actually naked.
That's the thing. It's like, I understand what you're saying, but then also not everything is a parable. So
not everything. That's why it's so important. You have to understand what it's saying, and you have to get the right breakdowns. That's why it's so important.
Slack for me.
Where?
That's why it's so important to come to class and learn under the priest of the ISUPK, or else you're going to be confused. You're going to be underneath all kinds of other doctrine. If you go out and learn from the Christian church, you're going to cover yourself in all kinds of falsehood.
Yeah, you're going to cover yourself with unclean spirits. Right. What's going to happen? You're going to end up being unclean, and the way you think is going to be unclean. But that's why you got to keep your mind and your thought process pure or clean. You got to keep it clean, because that's what the knowledge of good and evil is. Right. Knowing the judgments and everything, knowing the evils of the earth. We didn't know what would happen if we broke the laws. We didn't know what would happen if we went against it and served other gods. We didn't know what would happen. Did not know what would happen. But going back into the topic of unclean and clean, go back to read Genesis chapter 12 and verse 1 again.
Verse 1.
Hey, save that, Mama. Save that question and write it down.
Okay. Answer.
Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 12, verse 1. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house.
The Lord spoke unto Abraham also, telling him to leave his family. He's telling him to leave his family and go another way. You're going on another path that the Lord has set up for him. He took him away from his family to rise him out of the dust, out of the dirt, and put him in a better state. Keep on going.
Unto a land that I will show thee.
To a land that the Lord will show thee. Keep on going to verse 7. Or read verse 7.
Verse 7. And the Lord appeared unto Abram and said, unto thy seed will I give this land. And there buildeth he an altar unto the Lord who appeared unto him.
He built an altar unto him. And as you know, building an altar or doing that or making sacrifices unto the Lord, that is a Hebrew custom. That's our customs. And that's what he was doing. He was completing a tradition that was passed down to him. He was completing a tradition to serve the Lord. He was being clean. That's what he was doing. He was living in a clean state. But here in America, we have been taught to live in an unclean state. Do you see us making sacrifices unto the Lord anymore? Oh. Do you see us, going out here and serving the Lord anymore? A lot of us, we don't even know the Lord. We have forgotten about the Lord, forgotten about his customs, because his customs are the things that keep us clean. I mean, you taking on these unclean spirits, it frays us away from the Lord. Give me 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 12. Now, these things take us away from the Lord when we take on these unclean spirits, when we do the evil things that are against the Lord.
This is the book of Second.
Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 12. Seeing then that we have such hope.
No. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 16.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 16. And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols?
What agreement do the temple? What's the temple of God?
Your body, sir.
Yeah, your body. What agreement does your body have with these idols, with these other gods, with these other with these other gods, with idols, things that are vain, with these unclean spirits? What agreement does your body have with them? Keep on going.
For ye are the temple of the living God.
Yeah, you don't belong to these idols. You belong to the Lord. Your body belongs to the Lord.
Right.
And the Lord requires your body to be what?
Clean.
Clean. Well, how do you keep your body clean?
Slack, sir, if I may.
God.
How you keep your body clean is that you obey the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah. And what else? Oh, no. It's like, yeah, that's how you keep your body clean, by obeying the law, statutes, and commandments. And one of the things that was, hold on. One of the things that we had to follow. Oh, hold on. Okay, there we go. One of the things that was in the law that we had to follow was what? Actually, keep on going. It'll tell you. Keep on going.
As God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people.
Oh, yeah, we belong to the Lord. Like, we belong to the Most High God. Our bodies belong to the Lord. Right. And your temple, it's supposed to be clean. You're not supposed to have it with filled with unclean spirits. Keep on going.
Verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing.
Yeah, touch not the unclean thing. Come out from among it. Come out from all the filth that we live in. The lifestyle that we live is unclean. We have to come from it, away from it. All these idols you have to put away because they're unclean. They're unclean in what? Read it again.
Come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing.
Yeah, be ye separate and touch not the unclean thing. The lifestyle that we have grown to know here in America is unclean to us. All the foods that you have been taught to eat and been given to eat here in America, they're unclean. Right. And we've been taught to love different things that we're not supposed to eat. We've been taught to love these things. But the Lord is saying, come from among these things because your body belongs to the Lord. You are supposed to live a life that is what? Holy. Right. That is separate, set apart from everybody else. Every other nation is set apart from it. And you can't go out doing the things that you do. But you have to live a life that is clean. Now, that's what the Lord is requiring of you. Your lifestyle, the way you eat, the way you live your life, it has to be clean. And it's clean through the Lord by keeping the laws of God. Yeah, but keep on going.
And I will receive you.
Oh, and I will receive you. Meaning, if you are unclean, the Lord will not receive you. The Lord will not receive you at all. So to even be accepted or received by the Lord, you have to stay clean. You have to stay clean. You have to keep the laws of God. But what is the Christian church saying? They're saying that, oh, no, the laws are done away with. Now you don't have to keep the laws, meaning you don't have to be clean no more. You could be dirty. You could be a filthy rag. You're good to be a filthy rag. Christ came to die so you could be a filthy rag. That's what they're telling you. Christ came to die so you could be unclean.
It's like you
Go ahead.
Christ came to die for your sins, so now you can just go rolling and boo-boo.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, Christ. That's nasty. Christ came to die for your sins, so you can just now go roll and boo-boo. That's nasty. Or throw up. Right. Dogs throw up. Keep on going.
Verse 18, and will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty.
Now, the Lord, he's going to be a father unto you. And for us to be his sons and his daughters, we have to be clean. I mean, we can't just eat anything we want. We can't go out eating squid and all that, like the Chinese people do. It's kind of insane, actually. That's real disgusting. Squid. All right, keep on going. Keep on going. Oh, no, my bad. Go to 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood.
You can't just live any kind of way you want to because you are a chosen generation. Hold on. Did it say everybody's a chosen generation, or did it say you're a chosen generation?
But ye are a chosen generation.
Yeah, it said ye are a chosen generation. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're a generation that is chosen to do what? To be a royal priesthood. Right. Royal people, they don't just eat anything they want. The Lord, he said you can't just eat anything you want. Keep on going.
And holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness unto his marvelous light.
Yeah, out of darkness into this marvelous light. I mean, you coming out of the mud, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right. You are a people that is coming from unclean to being clean. The Lord, he fixed you up to be clean. Gave you laws, statutes, and commandments. Gave you a culture. That's what the Lord gave you. It's like, read that one more time. That he called you out of the darkness.
It's like it when I move my phone, it moves the place. What verse was it?
Verse 9.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, an holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Into this marvelous light. You have been called out of darkness, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, called out of darkness into the light. But a lot of our people, they want to stay in the darkness or stay in the unclean thing or in the unclean filth. Give me a Leviticus 11:1. They want to stay eating the things that are unclean. And then we wonder why our lives are terrible. We wonder why our lives are messed up and why our bodies are messed up. Well, your temple belongs to the Lord. And for your temple to even operate correctly, it has to be clean. Right. The Lord, he requires it to be clean. or that temple won't operate correctly. You think a temple, an actual temple, can operate correctly when it's unclean? Oh, it can't. Just like the temple of the Lord, it has to stay clean. Just like your body, it has to stay clean because it is the temple of the Lord. You got that scripture?
Come on, Khan. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 1.
Hold on. Because now we're finna get into what can go inside the body and what can't. The Lord gave you these things so that you will know what to eat and what not to eat. This keeps you in a clean state. And if you go and you eat whatever you want to eat, you are then going against the laws of the Lord. You are then becoming unclean.
Right.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 1. And the Lord spoke unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel.
Now speak unto everybody.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto all nations.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
He's saying speak unto the children of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He's saying speak unto them. Keep on.
Saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
No, these are the beasts that all and everybody should eat on the face of the earth.
These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
These are the beasts that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans should eat and shouldn't eat on the face of the earth. Go ahead. The Lord is breaking it down to them. He's breaking down and giving them the instruction, just like he gave Adam the instructions on what to eat and what not to eat. He gave Abraham the instructions on what to do. The Lord is very specific with everything that he has here on the earth. He's very specific with all his creation. Like you got to think about how the earth is made and how the earth operates. These things are very specific. Like the earth or like the trees needing oxygen. It's very specific. Like these things are all here to keep the earth afloat. Everything that is on the earth is here for a reason that the Lord made it for. It's here for a reason that the Lord made it for. He made these animals for specific reasons. And then he gave Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans the blueprint on how the earth runs, on how it works. So that what? Just so that we could just know it and not follow it? No, so that we can know it and operate within what the Lord is commanding us to operate in, so that the earth can stay afloat and so that it can it could just float perfectly. It's a perfect system that the Lord has created. You too are? You got a headache? Oh. Okay. It's a perfect system that the Lord has created so that everything can stay afloat perfectly, flow like water smoothly. Everything you see here on the earth, it is flowing smoothly. We have animals that keep other animals from growing too much. It's a perfect system. A perfect system. You got animals that take all the junk off of the earth,
Right.
which is the pig. Shrimp, lobster, you got catfish. Right. These are the animals that keep the earth afloat. But when you start to take these things and you start to go against the Lord's order, the earth starts to go out of balance. Oh my goodness, you're right. Yeah, the earth starts to go out of balance. There starts to become chaos because now you're not following the system or the blueprint that has been created. Imagine if you start, playing a game or something, and it was made a certain way for you to play. There's a certain way for you to play the game, and if you don't play that way, you're gonna end up messing up.
Right.
You end up losing, and that's what happens when you go against the system that has been played. You start trying to do it your own way. It's not gonna work because it was only meant to play be played a specific way. Well, that's how the earth is. It's only meant to be work, or it's only meant to meant to follow the system that the Lord has created. The Lord said not to do these things, and we have to follow it. Keep on going.
Verse 3. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
It says whatsoever. What? Read it again.
Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
And that's what you shall eat. Right. The Lord is very specific. Now you get into very detailed things. This is very detailed. Very, very detailed. This says, whatsoever parteth the hoof. The parteth the hoof. What are some animals that part the hoof?
It's like the cow.
Yeah, the cow.
The deer.
Yeah, deer.
That was like you said. That always comes to mind right now. But
Sheep?
they're sheep, right?
Sheep.
The sheep, the goats.
Goats, yeah. Those part the hoof. I mean, you got pigs. They part the hoof. No, they don't actually. Do they?
Yes.
Yeah, no, they do.
Pig is
Yeah, they do.
cloven-footed. But
they are. Hold on, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. They're cloven-footed. But does that make them edible? We're finna get into it.
But
because there's so many animals that are part of part the hoof.
It's like sir, right?
Okay,
There's criteria.
There's criteria. That's why the Lord is so specific with what He says. Because someone will read this, stop there. Oh, anything that is cloven-footed, I can eat. End up looking at a pig like it's food. But the Lord has more to it. There's a lot more to it with His specific dietary law. Keep on going.
Come on. Verse 4. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat.
Oh, no. Start at verse 3 again.
Come. This book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 3. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed.
And is so first, it has to part the hoof and have to be cloven-footed. First. That's the first thing. And then keep on going.
And cheweth the cud.
Oh, it has to chew the cud. This is the second part. So the chews the. What does it mean to chew the cud?
It properly digests its food. It regurgitates its grass, and then it chews it again, and then swallows it, regurgitates it, chews it again, swallows it.
So now you have to look for animals that regurgitate. Now, how are you supposed to know all that? How are you supposed to know what animal does that? I mean, go ahead.
Keep reading, sir.
No. I was saying, how are you supposed to know what animal does that?
You read the word of God.
Yeah. There's a bunch of animals that it tells you. It ain't just gonna leave you blank because the Lord doesn't want you to be confused.
Right.
Remember that. The Lord gets into specifics so that you can understand this, that you don't get it wrong. So cloven or to chew the cud, it's a regurgitate, meaning they regurgitate the food, which is like a cow. It's a cow, a deer,
sheep.
Yeah, sheep, and those animals. So now that means what falls off the list? Other animals that don't chew the cud. Right. Keep on going.
And is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
No, those are the animals that you should eat. Keep on going.
Verse 4. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud. Salakia. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divideth the hoof, as the camel.
Hold on. Now I was giving you what animals also chew the cud and are also cloven-footed, but you shouldn't eat.
Right.
Because there's animals that are cloven-footed but don't chew the cud. But there's animals that chew the cud but aren't cloven-footed.
Right.
These are the ones that the Lord is putting down on the list that you shouldn't eat. Giving you a list. Keep on going.
Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof.
He cheweth the cud, but he divideth not the hoof. See? He only got one that falls on the list. Meaning he is what?
He is unclean unto you.
He's unclean unto you. You can't eat a camel. Because what is a camel made for? You think it's made for food? The camel just looks good, and who looks at a camel and is like, I want to eat the camel. Nobody, except for who?
Heathens.
Yeah, heathens. They look at them and be like, my ride is food. A camel was meant for you to ride on. It's like a vehicle.
Right.
It's a vehicle to get around. Keep on going.
And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof.
A coney. What's a coney?
It's like a large rabbit.
Yeah, you're not supposed to eat no rabbit. Disgusting. Disgusting. I know a lot of people that eat rabbits. They'll shoot them and eat them. And those are disgusting because they have all the diseases on them.
Right.
Like these animals that we decide to eat, like the camel or the big rabbit, they have all the diseases. And if you eat them, you end up getting sick.
Right.
You end up getting sick from these animals. And people look at these animals like they're food. When these animals have specific reasons why they're on the earth. A rabbit, I have no idea why they're on the earth, but the Lord knows why it's on the earth. The Lord knows its purpose.
Right.
Though we may not know it, the Lord knows the purpose of why that animal's on the earth. He just told you not to eat them. Told you not to touch them because unclean to you. Because it's working to keep the balance of the earth. So just like the shrimp, the crab, the lobster, they're working to keep the balance of the earth. But if you keep on eating and eating and eating those creatures and you wipe them out, what's going to happen? Now the earth is imbalanced.
Right.
It's imbalanced. Now it's going to start getting dirty. Because that's what happened at the bottom of the ocean when you take all the shrimp. It starts to get dirty. The ocean is absolutely so dirty right now because the heathen have been eating all the shrimp. Eating all the shrimp or the crawfish and taking it from the bottom of the ocean, and it's causing the ocean to be dirty and causing it to have an imbalance. Now you see all the other fishes starting to beach themselves because the water is so dirty. The water is so unclean. It's nasty. Go ahead.
And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
Or hare. What is a hare? It's another rabbit.
A hare is another type of rabbit,
Yes,
sir.
it's another rabbit.
But it's like, if I may,
Go.
the coney is like a big rabbit. The hare is like a medium-sized rabbit.
Or like a what do they call them? I forget what they call them. It's like a different name that they use for the rabbit. Like a jackal rabbit, something like that. I forget what it's called. It's
Jackrabbit.
Yeah, like a jackrabbit or something like that. It's a big rabbit. It's a big rabbit.
I've seen Salaki, if I may.
Go
I've
ahead.
seen rabbits as big as dogs.
What?
Right.
I ain't never seen that before.
I've seen them. They're out in the wilderness, right? I've seen like their ears are big. I tripped out when I first seen it. I was like, "What is that?" I was like, that's a rabbit. It's a jackrabbit.
Jackrabbit is what they call it. I don't think I've seen a big one like that as big as a dog.
I've seen them big.
I've seen some
not
big
not
rabbits.
a big dog, but you know some medium-sized dogs.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
I mean, this thing probably came up to your knee.
Yeah.
With its ears, and I mean, like it was a big rabbit. But that's what a coney is. Coney is like a jackrabbit, and then the hare is like a good sized rabbit underneath there.
It's like one of them white rabbits,
right?
Small white rabbits.
Yeah,
those are unclean,
right?
Nasty because they're full of diseases. They're full of diseases, and they have a different purpose on the earth that the Lord knows about. We may not know about. I don't know the purpose of a rabbit, but I know the Lord knows.
The food for
for other
wolves
animals. Yeah.
and javelinas and you know what I mean?
Con.
They're just food for other animals.
Yeah, not for us though.
Not for us.
Yeah, the Lord, not for us. They might have another reason on the earth. You could probably look it up. Actually, they'll probably give you like, oh yeah, rabbits do this and that, and they keep the eco like stuff like that. Something crazy that you probably don't even know about. You probably don't even know about because so the Lord knows.
Right.
Keep on going.
And the hair, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. Verse 7. And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
The swan, one of the biggest things. What is swan?
Those are your good old chitlins and pork chops and carnitas and
Yep. The
chicharrones and
most diabolical, nasty thing on earth. Absolutely unclean to you. The thing that is one of the top unalivers for our people. Because we eat this, and what happens? We end up getting diseases.
Right.
End up getting sick from this, most definitely, because we end up getting we end up getting we get sicknesses from these.
right. If I may,
Go ahead.
you know, we eat all these unclean foods, right?
Mhm.
Those are the major contributors to like diabetes, high blood pressure,
Yeah.
colon cancer.
Mm-mm. Yeah. It's a thing that is a silent killer.
Right.
A lot of our people ignore. And we'd rather give up our lives just so we can have this good taste.
Right.
You know, not every good thing that feels good is good for you.
Right.
Like the Lord, he wants you to deny those things. You wasn't even supposed to be eating these things from the start. But now that we eat these things, the Lord is telling you to give up these things because it's disgusting. The Lord didn't create for you. He didn't create it for you to eat.
Right.
Not everything on the earth He created for you to eat. You know what eats everything on the earth?
Swine.
Beast.
Beast.
A
Right.
beast eat everything on the earth. And guess who's a beast on the earth?
The white man.
Yeah, the white man, our oppressor. He is a beast on the earth eating everything. That's why when he gave up his whole birthright for poor or for food that wasn't even finished.
Right.
Wasn't even done cooking. Like that's absolutely disgusting. And there's things that our oppressor eats that we cannot eat. Because the Lord made us to be a clean people. To be a clean people, you cannot eat everything that you want to eat. You cannot eat unclean things if you want to be a clean people. To keep your temple or your body clean, you have to eat the things that are clean unto the Lord. Right. There's even a certain way that you have to cook your food. Like you can't eat your food all raw and with blood still in it. But you know who does eat it like that?
The white man.
Oh, exactly. Our oppressor. He eats the food like that. Eating it with blood and just, you know what? Actually, I'll say this because, I used to work at a steak ranch or, a steakhouse, and cooking the steak, I would always see like when white people come in, some of them would get their steak blue rare. And if you know what blue rare is, it's absolutely disgusting because all you do is you take that meat and you plop it on there, 2 seconds, 2 seconds, and you put it right back on the plate. That's all it is. It's disgusting.
Just warming it up on the grill, and that's it.
That's it. It's just still has all the blood on it, everything. There's a lot of people coming through here, right? You just put it on the plate and you give it to them raw. That's disgusting. Still, you see all the blood and it just coming out of it. It's nasty. But that's how our oppressors eat. They eat like that because they're what? Beast. But who else eats like that? Actual animals. Lions eat like that. Bears eat like that. And our oppressor eats like that because he's a beast also.
Right.
What makes him different from the bear? Nothing.
It's like, if I may,
Okay?
like if you go to these restaurants and you try to say, I don't want my steak bloody, and then they'll give you an excuse saying, oh, that's not really blood.
Yeah, they will.
They'll say that's not really blood
Yeah,
in
they
the
will.
steak.
Yeah, they
When
will.
that's blood. Everybody can see that it's blood, that it's a bloody steak. And they're like, oh no, that's not blood.
No, that's blood. It's definitely blood. And you know what? Some steaks, I will say, like the food that they be making here in America today, some of that food is like filled with like dyes. Bunch of dyes because they try to dye it
Right.
because that steak is really just bad, but still disgusting.
Right.
Still disgusting. None of our people should be eating like that. But the oppressor, he's like that. Because the Lord, it's like this. The Lord wants you to be different from the animals. He don't want you to look just and act just like them. The Lord rose you out of a state to be different, to be holy, like I said, to be separate or set apart. And if you eating and acting just like an animal, what makes you different from an animal? Nothing. That's why it's so terrible when we try to act like these other nations, because these other nations act like animals.
Right.
They act just like the beast on the earth, all over. You got bears that eat raw meat and just go around doing anything that they want to do, but they're unclean. Those are unclean animals that have no mind. They just do whatever comes to their mind. But blacks, Hispanics, and Americans, you're not supposed to do whatever comes to your mind. You're supposed to have a concern or discernment on what to do and what not to do, what is right and what's not right. You're supposed to have those morals that keep you to be civilized.
Right.
Because animals, they're not civilized. They just do whatever they want. They go and they screw any animal they want. But that's exactly what our oppressor does. Screws any animal that he wants because he's a beast.
Right.
It's disgusting. But you, black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man, you do not do that. You have discernment on where you sleep and who you should sleep with, on who you mess with, on what you eat. You have discernment on those things. But the oppressor, he doesn't. Whatever he sees, he eats. If he's out there struggling and needing food, he's going to eat the first thing that he sees, whether it be clean or unclean. But black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man, you are not. You're going to eat the clean thing that the Lord has you eaten. I mean, there were brothers in the Bible too that gave, you know what? We're going to get that. The 7 sons that gave up their life not to eat this food.
Right.
Not to eat this pork right here. That's why it's such a big deal, because you have brothers in the past that gave up their lives not to eat this. We're going to bounce off of Leviticus real quick and go to that scripture about the 7 sons.
It's in Maccabees, right?
Hmm?
It's in Maccabees, right?
Kind of.
Second Maccabees?
Mm-hmm. Second Maccabees chapter 7. Yep. Kind of, verse 1.
This is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh.
To taste. They were compelled by what?
Compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh.
What does it mean to be compelled?
They were ordered to.
They were ordered to come and eat swine's flesh. We're ordered to come and eat swine's flesh. The thing that has been the silent killer of us all. These brothers were ordered to eat swine's flesh by the king. And who will go against the king? Because the king could do anything. He could take you and do anything he wanted to. But these brothers, they decided to go against the king telling them to eat swine's flesh. Keep on going.
And were tormented with scourges and whips.
Tormented with scourges and whips. Imagine that. You getting tormented just because you were told to eat pork. Because you don't want to. Because you're not going to eat it. You're denying to eat it, and now you have to get tortured with whips and scourges. You're getting tortured.
Right.
Just not because you don't eat swine. Keep on going.
Verse 2. But one of them that spake first said thus, What wouldest thou ask or learn from us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers.
Oh my goodness, these brothers were ready to be unalive. They'd rather die than to break the laws of God, than to eat that pork. Well, look at us now today. Now we'll eat that pork willingly. We're glad to eat that pork or to eat them chitlins. We're so glad to eat it. We can't even put it down. We'd rather die than put it down. It's backwards. And that's the thing that America has taught us, is to be backwards, to be unclean. Because now, instead of dying not to eat it, now we'll die to eat it. We'll die to get it, just the taste of it. When it's the thing that's killing us. It's the thing that's unaliving us and killing us slowly. And if you wanted to live, all you got to do is put it down.
Right.
These brothers right here are known because of the courage that they had, because of the commitment they had to keep the laws of the Lord. These are brothers that were a perfect example on doing the law or the law of the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot. Verse 4. Which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first.
Yeah, he commanded the tongue to be cut out. Like, really? I don't know if you've ever had your tongue cut out, but that's a painful thing. Having your tongue severed from your mouth. Keep on going.
And to cut off the outmost parts of his body. The rest of his brethren and his mother looked on.
Man, so the brother started getting again? Yeah, this brother started getting cut up, started cutting up his fingers and his limbs. And imagine you just seeing this happen. You just watching this happen. Just watching it happen. Seeing these brothers go through, they see his brother going through all this pain. You know, this is the same thing that we seen at Hebrew Academy. When all the brothers that volunteered, man, we was just watching. And watching these brothers go through this pain as they was getting pepper spray, we was like, I know it's painful, but I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it. It's just, this is the mindset that you have to have. Rather serve the Lord than to break his law. It's the same thing. Instead of being comfortable and just eating the pork and going on about life. No, we'd rather, like these brothers said, we'd rather die than to break the laws of God, than to become unclean. Because if you go ahead and break that law, and now you're going to be unclean in the next life. The Lord, he could definitely make you into something when you come back. You could come back and you could have missing limbs or have cancer or something. You don't want that. You definitely don't want that. Keep on going.
Verse 5. Now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan.
Man, so this brother's with all his fingers and everything cut off, was taken and put in a frying pan. Read that again.
Verse 5. Now, when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan.
Man, in a fire, to be fried in a pan. He was cooked alive in the fire. Imagine being burnt alive in a fire. Imagine how painful that is. But this brother still did it. Did it with courage, serving the Lord. Now imagine the reward he would get for serving the Lord, for going against a king that wanted him to go against the Lord. Well, that's the same thing that we do every day here in the ICBK. We sacrifice our lives to go against the laws of America. Instead of going against the laws of the Lord, we'd rather die than go against the laws of the Lord. We'd rather die. Keep on going.
And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with their mother to die manfully, saying thus, verse 6, the Lord God looketh upon us, and truth hath and truth hath comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. Verse 7. So when the first was dead after this number, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair,
Damn, they took off. They did. They scalped him. They scalped this brother. It's crazy. They scalped him. Imagine how painful that is. Like, all this for what?
not eating pork.
Just to not eat pork. If they would have ate that pork, they wouldn't be going through all this pain. But because they ate that pork, they went through all the pain and suffered.
Just because they didn't eat the pork, sir.
Huh?
Just because they didn't eat the pork.
Because they didn't eat the pork.
Right.
They didn't.
Yeah, they didn't.
Oh, that's what I said. They didn't.
Oh, okay. So like,
Yeah, no, you thought I said they did?
Yeah.
Because they didn't. You probably sound like I said they did. But no, because they didn't eat the pork, they're suffering a great pain. And they're doing it for a good cause because they're doing it for the Lord.
Right.
Right, dying manly for the Lord.
Right.
You see, what is the whole purpose of a man?
Purpose of a man?
God.
To guide and protect his family.
God. To guide and protect his family, but not only that, but to die for his nation and to die
Right.
for his people.
Right.
If you had to, if it came to it, you would have to die for your people. Just like brothers in the past have always done, went out and what would they do? They would be unalive for their people. Right. I mean, the prophets were unalive for their people, for the Lord's sake, for Christ's sake, for going out and standing for the truth. We've always done it. It's a thing that we've always done in the past when we was unalived or crucified or mocked for the Lord's sake. That's what we get here in America. Or here in America, we're mocked for the Lord's sake, right. For Christ's sake. We go out and we tell you the truth and we're mocked. We're told, hey, y'all hate group. Y'all are funny. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Look at these black men, all these thugs. You're mocked. And look at them. They some Power Rangers. Or they look like Mortal Kombat. We're told all these things, but we're doing it for the Lord because we're crazy for Christ. We're some fools for Christ. And the fools for Christ are looked down upon. Like Kappa was saying, we look like fools in this world. Right. In America, we look like fools. They look at us like fools, but the Lord is raising up these fools for the next kingdom, right. The kingdom to rule. You don't be calling us fools when Christ comes back. Well, that for sure. Keep on going.
And it's like they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body?
Mm.
Verse 8. But he answered in his own language and said, La.
Your brother said, "Nah, I'm not finna eat this.
He said, no.
Nah, I'm not finna eat this pork." Well, to make a story, short, all these brothers, they denied that pork. They denied the pork for the cause of the Lord, so that they wouldn't break God's laws. And because of it, they're going to be rewarded greatly. Think about the great gift that they're going to get because they decided to keep the laws of God and be unallowed for it.
Right.
Think about the blessing they're going to get for doing that. The Lord is going to reward them greatly. But think about the ones who go against the Lord's laws, who would take that pork and eat it greatly, gladly. What punishment are they going to get? And knowing the truth and knowing that, hey, you're not supposed to eat pork, but still decide to do it anyways. Like, still decide to eat anything that they want to eat. These things are unclean, and we're not supposed to eat it. That pork, you're not supposed to eat it. Because the Lord might just have you come back with two limbs only. You might have one side of your body. You might have this side is going to be gone, and you just have these arms. This arm and this leg. The Lord can do it. He can make you come back with two heads. It's already been done. He can make you come back with like 5 eyes on your head. You're going to be looking crazy. He can make you come back with a limb sticking out of your head. You look crazy. You don't want that. So instead, like the scripture says, it's better to fear the Lord instead of fearing man who can kill the body, but they can't kill the spirit. They can't kill the soul. Fear the Lord because he can kill both soul and body in hell. And that's we've been misunderstanding that the ones that we do need to fear is the Lord,
Right.
Instead of fearing the oppressor. Because he could take away, you eat that pork, brother, you could come back with most of your body gone. You could come back with some missing limbs or with cancer or with diseases that have never been heard of. We go back to Leviticus. Yeah, I think it was in chapter 6 or verse 7, actually. It was like chapter 11, verse maybe 7. Yeah, verse 7.
Okay. This book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud.
No, hold on. He cheweth not the cud. See, swine is unclean to you, black man. It's unclean to you, Hispanic brother. Yeah, I'm supposed to eat it. And the mindset that these brothers was in, this is the mindset you should have for any unclean thing. Anything that goes against the law of the Lord, you should have this mindset. Anything that breaks the morals, your morals that the Lord gave you, you should have this mindset right here. How these brothers, these 7 brothers had, the mindset they had to stand their ground and rather die than break the law. That's the mindset we should all have. Right. That's the mindset that our oppressor has taken away from us. We used to have that mindset. It used to be our regular state, but now we've been taken out of that state and put into an unclean state instead of being a clean state. With that is the clean state that we would be in if we was in a regular clean state. But right now we are in a filthy, unclean state. We have a filthy and unclean mind that goes against the Lord. So it's time to renew your mind, to be clean. That's why Christ came to die on the cross, to make you clean again. Because us as a people, we were filthy. Once you broke the laws of God, you became filthy. You were then unclean. You couldn't be around the body no more. You couldn't be or have the glory of the Lord because you were unclean. And to have the glory of the Lord, you have to be clean.
That's right.
Well, to do those things, you cannot go out and eat anything that you want, but you have to eat the clean animals only. Keep on.
He is unclean to you. Verse 8. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass.
You shouldn't eat their flesh. You shouldn't eat their flesh. The Lord telling you what He's telling you. You shouldn't eat their flesh. You shouldn't eat any part of their body. But we eat their flesh all the time with them chips. What are them chips? Pork skin.
Pork rinds.
Yeah.
Chicharrones.
Yeah. That's nasty. That's nasty. You know how disgusting pork is? You know how many diseases pork has? And we steady eat it. Brothers be having high blood pressure because it's pork. It'd be the thing that really tear up their lives. When all they gotta do is stop eating it, and their lives would improve so much better. You stop eating all these unclean things, your life would improve a lot. You would stop having high blood pressure. I mean, you fix that thing, and most of your problems will go away. The next thing you got to do, you just got to stop being glutton and eating a lot. And you got to stop eating so much. Because that's one thing we do here in America, is we've been taught to eat so much. Like the Lord, you have to do everything in moderation also. The Lord, He requires moderation, a balance with things. But a lot of us, we overindulge in a lot of things. Like Cap was saying, we probably get the powers if we just fast. Like, when's the last time brothers fast? Brothers do not fast. The only time we fast is when the Lord tells us to fast. It's true.
So or when we just out of food.
Yeah, when we out of food. See, that's the bad thing. Brothers gotta, oh my goodness. Hey. Whew. We've got to do better as a people.
Right.
We've got to work on these things because these things are the things that are our downfall. It's the things that are hurting us. That's why Cap said what he said the other day when that Chinese lady, he was going to that Chinese lady, he was saying that the Chinese lady was like, no, you eat too much. That's too much for you. He was like, huh? I eat. But that's how America has gotten us. We be eating so much in America. Oh my goodness, America has taught us to overindulge in everything. Eat as much as you want. Taking part in this as much as you want. America has gotten us to take on our greed or all our lust. That's why they put all these things out in front of you, and you can it's like a plate platter. They put all these different things or all your lust right in front of you, and you just partake in whatever you want. I'm gonna take some of this, take some of that, and you just eating it and indulging it. And it's been destroying us. Right. And there's going to be a time where that plate or that platter is not going to be in front of you. You're going to have to go seek it out. And if you seek it out, brother, the Lord will destroy you. Right. The Lord will destroy you. We'll know if you're doing evil because you had to go and do all these crazy things to get to it. Because one day,
like sir, you have to go behind a tree to find.
Yeah, you got to go behind a tree to find it. Because one day, there's not going to be pork presented out in front of you. You're really going to have to go out of your way to break the laws of God. You're really going to have to go out of your way to eat that pork because there's not going to be factories that make and mass produce pork and give it to all these businesses for them to put it out in front of you. Not going to be like that no more. Not going to be like that. These things are going to be taken away from you. So, and it's not going to be too much of a, let's say, struggle. It's not going to be too much of a struggle for you. And if you really getting that pork, then you going against the Lord behind his back. For real. And the Lord gonna know you sinning. But a day like that is coming. But right now, it's not that time. It's not that time right now. But it's coming. It's very soon. It's close. But it's not right now. Because here in America, you will walk out to the nearest grocery store or something, and there's gonna be pork everywhere, right in front of you. This is the time where you have to fight yourself for real. Not to eat that pork. Not to eat the shrimp, crab, lobster, huh? Yeah, come on, keep on going.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
Yeah, they're unclean to you. Keep on going.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters.
Hold on. Now I was telling you, it's first it was breaking down all the things. Let's see how orderly it is, how much of a great order this is in. It's telling you all the things on the earth that you shouldn't eat, or all the ground creatures. Now it's telling you all the go ahead. Now it's telling you all the creatures that you shouldn't eat that's in the waters. And then look how perfect the Lord is in the system that He has set up, how detail oriented He is. So detail oriented, He's letting you know now you can't eat all the things, or the thing He's letting you know of the things you can't eat in the ocean. Now you can't eat this, that, this. It's gonna get into it and tell you what you can and can't eat. You can't eat certain things. The Lord don't want you eating everything that is in the ocean. Just certain things you can't eat because there's things in the ocean that have a specific job. Like we were saying, these animals that are bottom cleaners, they have a specific job in the ocean. It's like all other oceans in the ocean. I mean, other animals in the ocean, they have different jobs too. And the Lord knows these jobs that they have because He made them to have the job. You may not know, but the Lord knows their reason of being on the earth or in the waters. They have a specific mission that they have to complete for the whole ocean to have a perfect balance. If one of these balances comes off a long way off, then it throws off the whole balance of the ocean. Throws it all off. And because our oppressor has been eating and mass cooking these unclean foods that have a specific job, now the whole ocean is being thrown off. It's being thrown off. Just like the earth is being thrown off. The whole earth is being thrown off from all the things that our oppressor is doing. You good? Most hard card. I'll go ahead and read when you got it.
Come on. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters.
Oh, then it breaks it down. Whatsoever hath fins and scales. What are fins?
Fins on a fish, the fan-like part on the fish that helps it swim.
God, these things are pokey. Oh my goodness. Dealing with fish, these things are spikes, brother. You get poked with one of these. Some of them are poison too. Some are poisonous. These things, they're made of bone. But yes, these things are the things that help them swim in the waters. As long as they have the fins that you see on them, and what else?
Fins and scales in the water.
And scales. Man, the Lord is breaking it down to you. He's giving specifics. Letting you know, hey, first, they got to have fins. Second, they got to have scales. What are scales? Some people don't know what scales are, but what are scales?
Scales are the little platelets outside of its body that are lined up in rows.
On the fish to keep it, I guess. They just on the fish. They're on the fish. Yeah, you're right.
They protection for the fish.
Yeah, they're on the fish. Little plates that you could just take off. But they're a little hard. I don't know if they're made out of bones. I'd have to research that. They're made out of bones, but they're scales. They're those little flake things. Well, first it has to have the fins, and then it has to have the scales. That's the requirements for you to be able to eat it.
Right.
For it to be clean to you, it has to have the fins and the scales. Keep on going.
In the waters and in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. Verse 10.
Yeah, then shall you eat. Well, hold on. Verse, yeah, go ahead.
Verse 10. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
Oh my goodness. The Lord is saying they should be an abomination unto you. Things that don't have scales. What are some fish that don't have scales?
Catfish.
Catfish. He ain't got no scales, but yet we eat them like it's a delicacy. That's a delicacy. People love catfish, especially near the near the ocean. People love catfish. How many people eat catfish? So many people eat catfish, and that is a bottom feeder.
Right.
An animal that is, an animal that is slimy. Catfish are slimy and nasty. They live in holes, in deep, and dark, nasty places. It's dirty. It's unclean to you.
Right.
It's an abomination unto you, but yet our people still eat it. Still eat it. There's some people, that's all they eat is catfish. I mean, what do they call it? Soul food. It's in soul food. It's nasty. Keep on going.
Come on. Verse 11. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh.
Hold on. Dang, it says it 2 times. Yeah, they're an abomination unto you. They shall even be an abomination unto you. They are an abomination. You shouldn't eat it.
Right.
It says it 2 times in there.
That's right.
That you can't eat what?
Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcass in abomination.
Hey, you shall have their carcass in abomination. Like, these things are unclean to you. You can't even touch their carcass.
Right.
Like, even when a pig dies, right? You're not even supposed to touch its carcass.
Right.
You're not supposed to touch the dead body, because then what will happen?
You will be unclean.
You'll be unclean until the evening. Until the sun goes down. You're going to be unclean.
Right. It's like, if I may,
Go ahead.
that's for sanitation purposes. Sanitation purposes, and like you could have caught some type of disease that was on that pig.
Exactly. That's how clean the Lord wants you to be. That's how much of a clean people you're supposed to be. The Lord, He wants you to be so clean. He don't even want you to touch the dead body of that animal.
Right.
Because you could get some disease. He wants you to stay away from it because you could catch that disease.
Right.
That's how sanitary we are. Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're the most sanitary people on the face of the earth.
Right.
You know, all these other nations, they are not sanitary at all. East Indians, brother. They have a poop fest. Where they be throwing poop at each other.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting. They'll take their own poop and they'll just throw it around. Woo! Throw it around at each other. I've seen it, and oh my goodness, these people are nasty. They don't wash their hands. They just nasty. Go ahead.
Goop scoop with their feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, making goop scoop with their feet. Like, you ever hear that saying? Oh, you put your foot in this. It's just the same for us, right? But they be doing that.
That is absolutely disgusting. Oh, you put your foot in this? That's disgusting. Oh, that's nasty. You be like, look at it, Black, Hispanic, and Native American. You be like, oh, you put your foot in this. Look at East Indian. Oh, you really did put your feet in this. I ain't finna eat this. Like, you got to be careful around them. Yeah, be careful, because they probably itch their booty and then put it in the food.
Right. They be cooking. They be cutting up the food on the floor where they, right next to their feet. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They don't wear no shoes.
Yeah, they're disgusting.
They'll pick disgusting.
Up. Yeah,
unsanitary.
Very unsanitary. They're just an unclean people eating nasty junk. Like, I've even seen videos where they just be using water from the ground for the food. They take it out of a pothole, like a pot. The earth made a pothole, or like a.
You talking about old storm water?
No, I'm talking about a literal pothole in the road, like that, and just filled up with rainwater.
Yeah, storm water.
They take
storm
that
drainage water. That's gross.
Yeah, and they just take that and use it to clean food or to clean plates. All that. It's disgusting. That's how nasty these people are. Just like the oppressor, he's nasty too, because he don't. How these people were not a clean people until we came around.
Right.
Until we taught them how to be clean.
Right.
They didn't take showers and everything. They didn't brush their teeth. They were unsanitary. A lot of them are still unsanitary to this day.
Right.
Just like the East Indians, they're unsanitary. You got the Arabs, they're unsanitary. Every other nation is unsanitary, but Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are a sanitary people. Probably most of the practices, and probably all the practices that that is in the food systems is probably our practice that came from us.
Right.
Some of them tweaked. Some of them are tweaked actually because they be using some chemicals that are unsanitary or unsafe for these different types of things. But brother, we are the most sanitary people on the face of the earth. Because we take baths, we take showers, and we clean ourselves.
Right.
We take care of ourselves. You got our women who take the most care. I mean, dang, these women are very sanitary. They take care of their bodies, smelling like cocoa butter. Smells clean. But yeah, a lot of these women smell. A lot of our women smell good. I can't say the same thing for these other nations. These other nations do not smell good. You get who is it? The East Indians or is it the Arabs that don't like deodorant?
Both.
Yeah, both of them. They both don't like deodorant because they're unclean. They're unclean people. All these other nations, they're unclean people, and that's why the Lord does not want you following after them. They eat unclean things, and that's why you cannot eat the things that they eat because they're unclean. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are supposed to be the people to show everybody or every other nation what to eat. But because we're not right, now the whole earth is in chaos because they don't know how to live. They don't know how to rule. They don't know what to do or what's good and what's wrong. But Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are supposed to know what is good and what's wrong by following the Lord.
Right.
And they can follow the Lord through us by serving Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's how they follow the Lord. That's how they become clean, or they become, because through us, they learn how to keep the laws of God. Through us, they learn what is clean and what is not clean, what they can eat and what they cannot eat. Right. Through us. But first, we have to get ourselves right. We have to get ourselves right because, as you see, if we're not right, the whole earth is in chaos. If we're not right, the whole earth is in mourning.
Right.
And right now, we're not right. We don't have ourselves together. So first, we have to get ourselves together so we can get all the other nations together.
It's 8:45, sir.
Damn, time went by fast. Keep on going.
Come on, Khan. Verse 12. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you.
There's going to be an abomination unto you. Keep on going.
Verse 13. And these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. The eagle and
the eagle. The eagle is an abomination unto you. But you know what's crazy is? The eagle's going extinct.
Right.
But how? If we're not supposed to be messing with the eagle, how is the eagle going extinct? Because the oppressor.
Right.
He's oppressing even the eagles. The eagles are going extinct. Eagles that fly way high in the sky and that stay, their nest, they stays way high in the sky. It stays on mountains.
Right.
But yet they're oppressed somehow. When someone is way up in the sky hunting eagles, the oppressor is the oppressor for real. Keep on going.
And the ossifrage and the osprey.
The ostrich. It's like, wait, read it again.
Ossifrage.
Ossifrage. Like, keep on going.
And the osprey.
These things or these birds are unclean unto you. You know what an ossifrage is? I'm going to have to look it up. But keep on going. Or osprey. Keep on going.
And the vulture.
Well, we know what a vulture is. Because a vulture is definitely unclean because they eat unclean things. Right. They eat dead things. I've never actually heard of anybody eating a vulture. They probably do. But I haven't heard of it. They probably do, though. I don't know. That's pretty disgusting if you're going to eat a bird that eats dead bodies. Because that's all they do is eat dead bodies. Right. They fly around and wait until the animal is dead. And then they come down and eat it. That's how you know, really, actually, if there's a dead animal round about, because you just see them flying around in circles in the sky,
right,
waiting to see if it's clear, and then they'll come down and eat it. If it just hasn't moved in a long time. You know, one time I've seen vultures actually walking down the street somewhere over here, and they were just all sitting around, just sitting somewhere, and I was like, damn, I knew someone was dead in the area. Because these vultures, they let you know when death is near.
Right.
Keep on going.
And the kite after his kind.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15. Every raven after his kind.
Every raven after his kind. You know what a raven is?
It's a black bird. Yeah,
it's a crow.
Yeah, almost like a crow. You're right.
Yeah, crow. Who is around here eating crows? Crows are disgusting. If you eating a crow, that's nasty. It's disgusting because these birds definitely have diseases. Birds definitely have diseases. They're not meant to be eaten. These birds are not supposed to enter into your mouth. It's disgusting because they're unclean.
Right.
They're unclean to us. As you look at a crow, that's how you should look at shrimp, crab, and lobster,
Right.
or pork. You should look at these things like you look at something you wouldn't eat, like a snake. Who the heck is gonna eat a snake? Chinese people eat snakes. And they eat snakes, they cut it open, they eat it, and it's disgusting. And just like your face is right now, that's how you should look at pork. You say this, your face says it all. You like, ugh. That's how you should look at pork. That's how you should view shrimp. But because that wall has been broken, and now we look at it as food. That protection, the protection that we had that tells us, hey, man, that's nasty. That's not food. That law since it's not there no more in our minds. Now we look at it as food. Now we view it, we're like, ooh, food. Now we'll eat it. But now we have to rebuild that conscience that keeps us from eating those things. That conscience that keeps us from breaking the laws of God.
Right.
That conscience is supposed to be strengthened as you're a child. But it's not strengthened. It's broken even further. Because now we celebrate birthdays, which is unclean. We eat these unclean things because we're taught to eat these things, and our conscience doesn't grow. Our conscience doesn't grow telling us not to eat these things. Telling us what is right and wrong, our morals. It's gone because you don't have that conscience that's built up in your mind that should have been taught when you was a kid. I mean, there's things you probably learned as a kid that were wrong, and it probably stuck with you in your mind that your father taught you, that your mother taught you. But because your mother and your father taught you that it was okay to have birthdays, now you have a voice in your mind, an unclean spirit or unclean voice in your mind that tells you, hey, birthdays is okay. I can't wait till my birthday comes. I can't wait to eat that shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. And then when you get told it's not good to eat those things or to celebrate those things, now that voice is like, oh, what? No, that's not true. Don't listen to him. Keep going. You keep celebrating your birthdays. You keep eating that shrimp or that pork. Keep on going.
And the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cuckcrow, and the hawk after his kind.
Yeah, that's nasty. Those birds are unclean. I don't know who the heck would eat an owl or a hawk. I don't know who's around here eating those things. If you eating those things, you're just disgusting.
Right.
It's nasty. Hunting these birds that soar in the air. None of them were made to be eaten. Keep on going.
Verse 17. And the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl.
Wait a minute. You know what owls eat in the first place?
Mice.
They eat mice. And mice, they carry a lot of diseases. Right. Mice are unclean to us. Unclean. So you shouldn't be eating the owl because it's also unclean to you. Ugh. But you know what? We're going to pause right there. Probably continue on. With that, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, at the Deacon Johanna. With that, pass the class to Officer 50 your call. Pause right there. We're going to continue back. Next law class.
This is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. My Ishra, which means tenth in Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Memorial of blowing of trumpets, first day of the 7th month. That's Sunday, September 21st. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 24 through 25. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pant, headband, scarf. This concludes the ISUPK security announcements.
All right, with that, Amajim, which means it's time, we're gonna give the one courtesy salute to the brothers. Metavezra Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yajim Matah, we're gonna turn and face sisters to give the sisters one courtesy salute. Metavezra Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatah Hashem Yahushua. Right, Yajim Matah, class dismissed.